Hello my mercurial mercenaries, genuine time waster this morning. Hopefully it won't be too long. As some of you say, my videos are more often than not too long to watch. This is just a genuine talk from me to you, just for a couple of minutes. So many of my videos recently have been themed top 10s about Aerosmith or the Beatles or Iron Maiden, or subjects that a lot of people wouldn't click on, because I understand that YouTube is all about focusing, targeting videos to people who want specific themes like Bandmade or Baby Metal or Discovers for views. And a channel like mine, like we've spoken about so many times, a channel like mine which is just scattershot. And I've said before that there is a theme. The theme is entertainment or music, but basically this is a scattershot channel which is never going to achieve anything particularly. But that's not to downplay the views that I do get. And there are channels that I watch that will probably never go anywhere that I enjoy because it's just someone talking to camera. And there are also other people who do just talk to camera, whose views just do that. So it's hard to know really what to do to be successful on a platform like this one. But I think the overall thing to take from it, if you're someone who also creates YouTube videos, is that if you have a constant theme, whether that be talking about cameras, talking about flat earth, talking about one topic, talking about Bandmade, you will be successful. If you're like me and you talk about a load of bollocks, you won't be successful. Then we have to decide what success is. How do you define that? And we have to talk about whether you change your game plan just to be successful. So how much do I care about success? Yeah, enough to talk about it, but not enough to change what I do. And then how do you define success? Because I think now I'm approaching, and I might have to do like a proper video to address this, like a celebration, but I think I started this channel in early 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we're coming up to 4 years of doing this, and I've got about 3,500 subscribers or so. And I remember in the early days I used to do videos and I used to get, I don't know, 20, 30 views, and I used to say that's fine, but imagine all you've got to do as a video creator is always imagine if you were playing a gig to those people. So where you think, in the early days, you think, well, 30 views, what's the point? And it got to the time where I was getting maybe 100 views, and I haven't progressed much past that now. Most of my videos now approximate a viewership of about 100 or so, all right? So we're talking, I'm probably one of the smallest channels out there. Fine. And I used to justify that to myself in the early days by saying, well, imagine if you had to play a gig tonight. You had to go out there on stage, doing whatever you do, stand-up comedy, solo guitar, as a band, whatever you do, paint a picture in front to an actual crowd of 30 people. Let's raise that now to the sort of level that this channel's at now. Let's say I have to play the gig tonight, Mercurial number 6, at the local club. I've got to play a gig to 100 people. And in terms of YouTube viewership, people write comments to me saying things like, "You're shit, mate. And to prove your shit, look at your subscriber count and your view ratio. You're shit." And I look at it and it gets me downhearted. And I look at it and think, I suppose they're right. Which is why it kind of, you know, I put all this time in. Hours and the amount of hours of time I put into this channel. For basically, well, no, not basically. No need to caveat it. No reward. Apart from, I appreciate there's people like me out there who view these videos, and you watching this now are the same person that I am when I watch someone's video when they're talking to camera. And they might talk about how they find it hard to justify their time talking to camera, and I'll watch it thinking, well, I'm watching you, mate. So, anyway. But if I had to play to a room of 100 people tonight as the Mercurial number 6, 100 people, just 100, just 100, not 1,000, not 3,000, just 100, I'd be nervous. I'd be nervous. It would be quite a big deal. I mean, I've played to rooms of 100 or more people before, but that's going back to when I was just relatively, because it always got me nervous, but relatively carefree. And I used to go on stage with bravado. I just used to go on and just think, yeah, what the hell? Didn't really give it. I thought about the performance and what I was going to do and what I was going to sing or what I was going to say or whatever. But there was certainly a level of arrogance, bravado, knowing I was good. That I think that level of bravado is supposed to increase with age and experience, isn't it? I don't feel like it has. I feel like the gusto and the exuberance and the sheer of being a teenager deteriorates with time. So now if I had to do that same gig tonight to just 100 people, yeah, I think I'd be, I think bricking it is the term. So I just wanted to say that, yeah, we're approaching probably 4 years of the Mercurial number 6 channel, and we're still at the local club gig level. There's a few videos out there. My Tim Impala discovers, my MT discovers, some of my King Gizzard discovers that are more like playing not an arena, but well, perhaps an arena, some of them, you know. But then that's over time. It wasn't an immediate 17,000 hit. It was dribs and drabs. So let's just say I'm still local club level. And see, I had no point to this video. I just wanted to talk to you. Mano, what's the term? That butch term, you know, hey, too much watching Hell's Kitchen. I suppose my point is that I could view a channel like mine and I could say, and I think we're all, if you're like me and you're sort of looking around on YouTube and you click on a video, I can be as judgmental as the next person, and I think, oh, shall I watch this? Oh, he's only got 3,000 subscribers. I don't know if I want to devote my time to watching someone with that few amount. He can't be that good because he... And then you click on someone else and you think, oh, they've got 300,000 subscribers. I'll invest a bit of time here. This must be something like culturally significant. And then you watch it and you think, oh, actually, no, it's shit. And you get into that mindset of, well, if you're a creator, you get into that mindset of, hang on a second, I'm better than that. But my channel doesn't progress anywhere. It just flatlines. My channel is definitely flatlining. And then you have to go back to your thing about what success is. What's success? How do you define success? Is success defined by, if I had 300,000 subscribers now, am I successful? Or would I still be sitting here talking to you saying, I've got 300,000 subscribers, my mercenaries. Now we've got to the level where my videos are getting 1,000 views per video on average. This is like recounting a dream now. Dream scenario. I was watching that John Grisham thing, The Innocent Man, that documentary on Netflix, where people were convicted and put in prison because they told the police their account of how a murder was committed in their dreams. Let's pretend we're there now, okay? We're not recounting a murder. We're recounting me getting 1,000 views per video on average. Imagine that. So now tonight, I'm playing to 1,000 people rather than 100. I think we've said before, how much different is it once you get to that realm? 100, 1,000, 10,000, 20,000, a million, I don't know. I think the first hurdle is that 30 people or one man and his dog. Playing a gig to one man and his dog can be just as intimidating as playing a gig to 1,000. So what is success? I click on someone's video and they've got 1 million subscribers and I think, wow, this guy must be good because he's got 1 million people. Over a period of time, and sometimes it's quite a short time, these people can establish a channel in a year. 4 years. We've been here 4 years, me and you and I. And you think, 1 million people. Over a period of time, 1 million people have done that and clicked the subscribe button. Like that, what is that anyway? It's like a badge, it's like a seal. It's like a, I'm with you, person on the other side of the camera. I'm with you to the point where I'm going to actually press a button and like accept a badge from you and put it on my top and say, I'm with you and what you stand for. And you see a channel like that and you watch it. And some of them are brilliant. And, you know, I'll always stick up for the likes of the best channel out there, Red Letter Media. And there's loads of great channels. But what's my point here? Because I'm trying to justify either my failure in the approaching, or maybe it's been and gone. I should check the date actually. The 4 year, 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we're approaching, I've said this already, I'm repeating myself now, but we're getting towards the 4th birthday of this channel. I suppose we're back to what defines success, and where on the day that I started this channel, where would I have expected to have been 4 years from then? I don't know. I don't know. I think one of the problems is I know what I could do to make this channel successful. I could pick a topic, any topic, just pick it. I can see at the moment that if I picked to make this channel into nothing but a Japanese music channel, or talk about nothing but the developments in the world of baby metal or Bandmade, I could probably make this channel take off a little bit, maybe. If I did nothing but discovers, eventually it might take off. I'm not thick. I'm clever enough to know what I'm doing wrong. But where did I expect to be in 4 years? And now that we're here, has it changed me? Has being the Mercurial number 6 changed me? I was going to say no then. Has it changed me? No. No. Has anything changed? Not really. Do I ask myself more questions and answer my own questions more often than I used to before I was the Mercurial number 6? No. I've always asked myself questions like this. Do you want a cup of coffee? Nah. Is anyone in the room there to hear me ask whether I want a cup of coffee? No. If a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, does it make a sound? No, it doesn't. It doesn't make a sound. Because sound is sound is a sense. And you only hear sound because of the transfer of the waves in the air to your eardrum. So if there's no eardrum there, then no, the tree didn't make a sound. Just, I suppose, there's always that threat as well, that this is just a fad. YouTube is a fad. We know it's a fad. People who make YouTube videos, well, actually probably some of them don't know it's a fad, but everything's a fad. MySpace was a fad. Friends Reunited was a fad. Facebook is a fad that people are currently engaged in, but it's a fad. It's a fad. Vine was a fad. Twitter is a fad. Instagram is a fad. YouTube is a fad. It will be gone at some point in the future. And at that point in the future, I will probably, this is where I'm coming from, I suppose, here. This is just all off the top of my head, do apologise. But at some point in the future, when YouTube's over, due to copyright or whatever, when they just stop people uploading this sort of shit, I will probably look back at this period of time between, say 2015, 2020, whatever, where I spent my days just recording this kind of crap. I will probably think of it as the lost years, like the wilderness. And I'll be saying it to people, and I'll still try to justify it. I'll say, but I met through ones and zeros some really interesting people along the way. People who were there pretty much from day one. Your evil white clown punks of the world and your Mr. Floyds of the world. And I listened to a lot of music that I probably wouldn't have listened to because I did YouTube videos. And I probably, in some ways, got a lot of like psychoanalysis done of the self through talking to I mean, because bearing in mind, I know I'm talking to a room of 100 people now. I know it. That's what I'm doing. But bear in mind, right here, right now, there's just the cat. And he's not listening. He's asleep. He's curled up. He's asleep. He hasn't even got one eye on me. He's asleep. So I am talking to myself. I'm talking to myself. And I've now talked to myself for 4 years. Hundreds of hours of talking to myself. I don't want to get like a John Cleese frame of mind where I'm obsessed with psychoanalysis. I'm not there at all. I was going to say don't believe in it, but then that might sound arrogant too. And now this video is far longer than I wanted it to be. This was supposed to be just a little aside. So I'm not sure what we've proved here, if you're watching this. I suppose I have been chucking videos out into the world that very few people have watched. And I'm trying to justify my own time here. There have been enough comments on the likes of my Led Zeppelin top 10. Probably enough comments there to show that people like me, whether you like it or not, if you're watching this now, are like me to a certain extent. I mean, you must be a kindred spirit to a certain extent. There are enough of you out there, and back to I suppose my overall theme here, which is, if I had to speak to all of you guys tonight on like a microphone on a stage, and you turned up to see me do a tour, even if it was just talking to you, and I had to say to somebody who was questioning why I do this, and I said to them, well, I've got a venue tonight that I'm playing as the Mercurial number 6. And they said, well, what do you mean? I'm going to go out tonight to a hall or a club or somewhere, and there's a sign on the door that says the Mercurial number 6 tonight, and I've sold 100 tickets, and 100 people are coming to see me. I mean, I'm just, is that success? What is success? What is success? Is this success? Would you be happy with this? Should I be happy with this? Thank you, my mercenaries, and for those of you who've watched any amount of hours of me talking shit, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Over and out.